Good day, good evening. On today's episode we're going to be making a simple Spagbol recipe. I'm going to be using a bit of chilli in there, keep our cockles warm. It's quite a it is a really simple recipe. Again, this is the theme, so I'm going to have different sections of the YouTube channel which will have easy recipes, butchers versus supermarket, harder recipes, blah 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 blah. So this will be a nice easy recipe, midweek meal, quickly get it done and start eating. So, for the ingredients, grated cheese. I've got a mixture of cheddar and mozzarella, so it's really stringy, because that's how I like the cheese. Mushrooms, we're going to slice them. I'm going to half our cherry tomatoes. We've got a nice burst in the dish. Nice pop of flavours. We've got 1 tablespoon of mixed herbs, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, garlic cloves, 1 chilli, spaghetti, we're probably going to use half of that, 2 onions, minced beef from your local butchers, and a tin of chopped tomatoes. Again, it's all about quality ingredients to get a nicer Spagbol. So, cheesy joke time. It's quite relevant actually because we've got cheese in this video. The restaurant served me soggy spaghetti the other day, so I put in a restraining order. I'm going to slice up the mushrooms, half the tomatoes, dice the chilli, dice up the garlic. I'm going to do our method that we used in one of the old videos of adding the salt to the diced garlic. We're just going to run our knife over it to create the paste again. Again, this just has a nice consistency through the sauce. Instead of having diced pieces, when you bite into it you get a chunk of garlic. Dice the onions. And that's about it. Right, so I'm at the stove, my favourite place. We're going to be adding our pasta to the water. I'm bringing that water to the boil, and then we're going to drop the temperature to get it to a simmer. So that can all be boiling while we're going to be frying our onions and minced beef together. So I've brought this pan to a nice heat. I'm going to be adding a splash of oil. Not loads, just a splash, just so we don't get it stuck to the pan. First of all, I'm going to be adding our onions. And then straight away, we've got that nice noise. So we're going to leave them for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm just going to season just with salt, because we don't want to put pepper in too early because it does burn pepper. I'm going to season our water quite heavily for the pasta. The pasta's only going to take 3 to 4 minutes to cook. Again, we're going to be doing it to taste. So I have decided we're going to be putting a smidge of wine in. I found a very fruity wine at a local supermarket. It's going to really bring a nice fruitiness to the dish. Okay, so the onions are sweated down. They're nice and soft. We've got a bit of colour to them, which will bring out a nice nutty flavour. I've gone for our mince at the local butchers. Probably a bit different to the ground beef. It's just got a bit more fat in. But we do need that fat for the flavour. So I'm going to be adding all of that. We're going to be breaking that down straight away. There was 700 grams of mince there. It's a rough weight. I'm going to be leaving the link in the description down below for the full recipe. Any feedback, please leave in the comments. I do want good or bad, because I really am trying to improve. It's not easy to cook and waffle at the same time. We have our pasta. I'm going to be leaving it whole, proper classic. I've seen videos where they half it, quarter it. I want to leave it whole, proper old school. Dropping all of that into our simmering water. Again, I haven't got it boiling, it's just under boiling. That will quickly soften at the bottom, and we want to quickly swing it round so it all cooks evenly. It'll only take 4 to 5 minutes. Our beef has dried off, brown it off, create that flavour. We're going to be adding a splash of red wine, maybe 1/4 of the bottle, maybe less probably. We're going to cook that out again, 2 to 3 minutes. Swing your pasta around, again watch your fingers, maybe use a utensil. So we've got a beautiful smell off the sauce, the wine's cooking out, really fragrant, fruity. I haven't put any oil in the water again. There seems to be this myth that it's all going to stick together. Once it's dropped in and it started softening, just pull it apart with the fork. We don't need all this extra oil. Top tip. The wine is cooked out. We're going to be adding our mushrooms. Again, you could have added these earlier with the beef, but again, I like to use it to soak up the rest of the moisture. We're adding the chilies, the garlic, and we're going to cook them out for another 2 minutes and then add the rest of the ingredients to bring it all together. Right, so we're going to let them cook for another 2 minutes. I'm just going to taste the first strand of pasta. Again, the good old trick. Press it, and if it breaks up, it's probably ready. We'll try a bit. Still hard. That is really the only way to tell when pasta's cooked. We want to get it so it just got a bite to it, and once it's got to this stage, I'm going to try it every 2 minutes really. Right, so coming to the last stages now. I'm going to add our dry oregano, our mixed herbs, and our tomato puree. I'm going to leave out our cherry tomatoes just because I still want them to have a bite to them at the end, so they're going to go in and only have 1 or 2 minutes cooking. Come on, I want you all to turn red. Right, test the pasta another time. We don't want to overcook it, so I'm going to keep testing it. Yep, and still got a slight bite to it. I'm going to take that off and sit that in our colander. Right, so we've dried out all the ingredients again. It's keeping all the ingredients dry. We get really intensify that flavour. That's the key to the intense sauce. Then we're going to add the wet tomatoes, tinned tomatoes. And we're going to follow up by adding the cherry tomatoes. 2 to 3 minutes. We're going to have the perfect Bolognese sauce. So the hard work has been done. Pasta is perfect. I'm just going to drop. We're going to go half and half. Now we're going to be adding our sauce. As you can see, we probably have a lot of sauce. The plan is, because I live alone, I'm going to be freezing the other half down. There's times when you come home from work and you don't want to cook. You just want to get something out of the freezer and cook it. But this is still a really healthy, easy way of having a good meal, good hearty, healthy meal for you without buying a ready meal from a supermarket, which isn't the best for you. Next is I've got a mix of cheddar and mozzarella. And I'm going to be dropping this under the grill for about 1 minute just to melt the cheese. Please like, subscribe and comment on your other favourite midweek meals you'd like to see me do. It really helps me create content and love all you subscribers and give more away, hopefully in the near future. Thanking you. So another perfect evening meal is complete. Really happy with how that's gone.